Seriously, I didn't think it would be this hard. Going into this, I truly didn't know what to expect. Certainly, I didn't expect it to actually be harder than weight training. I've found out that mobility training is bloody hard. And it does not surprise me that people don't do this more often. If you find yourself starting with lifting weights and doing that sort of stuff, I don't blame you at all, but it is so much easier. Mobility training hurts. It doesn't hurt sometimes, it hurts all the time. And it sucks. But I've committed myself to doing this. I am going to keep doing it until it gets better. And gosh, I hope it doesn't take too long. Because it sucks. It really sucks. About now is when you might be thinking to yourself, well, why do it at all? Why not just lift weights like everyone else? Here's how I've come to think about it. Strength is like your engine. Mobility is your suspension and steering. You can build the biggest engine in the world, but if your suspension is shot and your steering doesn't work, you're not going very far. Well, it all comes down to this. I would rather have an hour a day of self-inflicted discomfort than go through the next 40 years of being stiff and sore and weak. So, what self-inflicted pain are we going to add now? Well, I'll get to that, but this week I've decided to start fixing my squat. What was very obvious from last week's video was that I can't squat properly. When getting into a deep squat, I have to go onto my toes or prop up my heels so that I don't fall backwards. There appears to be two main reasons for this: stiff hips and stiff ankles. Lucky for me, I have both. Stiff hips is known as poor hip flexion, which is not being able to get my knees to my chest. Stiff ankles is known as poor dorsiflexion, which is the ability to stretch the top of my foot up towards my shin. So, what self-inflicted pain are we going to be inflicting this week? Well, I've decided to do 30 minutes of squat every day, which means get down into the deepest squat that I can by either holding on to something or putting something under my heels so that I can stay in the squat for 30 minutes. It's going to be rough. Here's a little background on what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Some years ago, Ido Portal popularized the original 30 by 30 squat challenge. This was 30 minutes of deep squat per day for 30 days. The idea was not to do it all at once, but just to accumulate 30 minutes of deep squat any way you can. The version of the challenge that I'm doing comes from the Moves Method channel. This is a 100-day squat challenge. Yeah, 100. In their video, they explain all the discomfort I'm going to feel early on. That is the ankle pain, the hip pain, the knee pain and the back pain, and that it's all to be expected. There is a silver lining though. By around day 7, things should start improving. The hips will feel looser, ankles stop screaming, and the knees will stop complaining. I'm only just starting, so I've yet to experience this. So my plan is simple. 30 minutes of deep squat time every day for the next 100 days. It doesn't have to be one long hold. It can be 5 6-minute rounds or 10 3-minute rounds. Just whatever will fit. And here's where the deep squat matters. This position opens up the hips, stretches the glutes, strengthens the knees, and massively improves ankle mobility, which affects everything from walking to squatting to back pain. And this is exactly what I want to do. The more time I spend in this position, the more my joints will adapt, the connective tissue will strengthen, and the nervous system will stop panicking every time I hit end range. And slowly, this primal position will start feeling natural. I hope. Whew, and that's it. Now I just got to keep that up for the next 100 days, and she'll be right. I hope you got some value out of this video. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.